You can often hear the opinion that money does not favor principled people, and only those who can walk over others truly become wealthy. However, this statement is far from the truth. Our life is full of examples of ambitious and unprincipled people who have unexpectedly become rich. Such temporary successes often end in failure, and those who once acquired wealth dishonestly often end up with nothing, losing everything. The stories of successful people are diverse, and among them are those who have earned money through personal qualities and respect. It seems that the easy path to success is exploitation, but this only works in the short term. Sustainable success more often comes to those who build their lives on the principles of fairness. Although wealth may temporarily come to those who act without conscience, history shows that true achievements are more characteristic of people faithful to moral convictions. Falling from a height is much more painful than simply failing on a flat surface because the higher the position, the more effort, time, and resources invested, which makes the fall particularly sensitive. Climbing to the top on your own, especially in matters of earning large sums, is almost impossible. Imagine how many efforts and decisions are behind great achievements. The more you draw into your financial orbit, the more contacts and interactions with other people it requires. When your financial affairs reach a new level, you involve more people who become part of your world, influencing stability and development. As investments grow, so does responsibility, because mistakes have serious consequences. This situation makes you both successful and vulnerable, as all interactions must be impeccably organized to ensure confidence in the future and the continuation of financial growth. It is important that the people you interact with do not feel resentment or deception. This affects your happiness and well-being. Each of their positive feelings creates an aura of contentment around you, which will reflect back on you. If you hire someone for tasks, try to sincerely express gratitude. Evaluate his work fairly and compensate his efforts with a just payment. Even if your financial capabilities are limited, it is important to remember that generosity and responsiveness play a significant role in creating positive relationships. Acts from the heart have a power that surpasses material benefits, and this attitude contributes to increasing positive energy around you, transforming into wealth, not only material but also spiritual, bringing satisfaction and happiness. Investments or purchases will certainly pay off, and the money will return. Stay attentive and cautious to avoid the traps of scammers. If a product breaks soon after purchase, do not ignore it. Return the product to the store and demand compensation or a refund. Avoid disappointment from purchases by asserting your rights. Get what you paid for and protect your interests if you do not. This is an important condition for preserving rights and finances. Such an approach will not only restore justice, but also protect others, enhancing the quality of goods and services. Poverty is associated not only with a lack of money, but also with self-perception. The feeling of poverty arises when a person feels unhappy or evokes pity. External circumstances can affect well-being, but it's important not to allow oneself to fall into these traps. This requires working on oneself to eliminate the feeling of poverty, which is not always connected to financial status. To avoid feelings of poverty or unhappiness, it is essential to change habits and attitudes towards money. Start by refraining from irrational financial decisions. Focus on sensible spending and conscious money management to strengthen self-confidence and balance the perception of life. As a result, the internal sense of well-being and self-reliance will prevail over the feeling of poverty. Wealthy people usually do not purchase low-quality items. They pay attention to details and ask sellers questions to ensure that the goods they plan to buy are fresh and high quality. Such people do not remain in unpleasant environments. They are aware of and defend their rights. And most importantly, they respect their money, value their investments, and strive to gain the maximum benefit and satisfaction. Less affluent people often comfort themselves with the thought that buying a bad item is not a big deal because they have no means for something better anyway. This attitude towards possessions and their financial situation turns into a vicious circle from which they cannot escape or change their situation. An unconscious attitude towards money sometimes prevents them from considering more effective strategies that could improve their financial well-being in the future. A wealthy person laments the cheap, emphasizing the importance of quality and integrity in business. It is important to be generous and fair to your workers. A wise employer feeds their employees first and then sits at the table themselves. This creates a strong team where everyone feels important. Otherwise, you risk losing valuable employees who may leave for a better opportunity. Honest and caring treatment of employees plays a key role in the success of a business. Satisfied and motivated individuals strive to work efficiently, knowing that their efforts are appreciated, which leads to their loyalty and the prosperity of the enterprise. Neglecting the needs of workers can lead to the loss of valuable personnel. The path to success lies through care and respect for those who help achieve it. We constantly participate in the circulation of money, including both giving and receiving finances. This cycle is an integral part of economic life and supports us in modern society. However, obstacles sometimes arise in this flow, similar to a clot in the circulatory system, hindering its normal functioning. Difficulties are often caused by unfair actions, such as deceit or breach of obligations, which disrupt the balance of monetary exchange. This creates obstacles and disruptions in the financial process, similar to how a blood clot disrupts blood flow. As a result, the harmonious flow of money suffers, negatively affecting the entire economic system. Strive to be like God, not allowing money to hold a more important place than love or human relationships. Money should not overshadow the true values that shape us as individuals. People who cherish genuine connections with others usually have everything necessary for contentment. When money is placed above human relationships, and sincerity is sacrificed for profit, it leads to ruin. Over time, this destroys the human values that underlie our individuality. Betrayal for wealth distances us from happiness and condemns us to loneliness. Remember, the attempt to elevate the material over the spiritual results in the loss of important things, connections with people, and moral compasses that give life meaning. Material well-being is important, but do not forget about spiritual values that bring true happiness. Wealth is not only in money, but also in meaningful relationships with loved ones. By working on your inner world and showing attention to those around you, you can achieve a balanced and fulfilling life. Demonstrate generosity and honesty while striving for respect in your affairs. Such an approach will enrich your life both materially and spiritually. By combining a concern for abundance with attention to spirituality, you acquire diverse wealth that brings joy and harmony. This ensures financial prosperity and fills your life with true meaning and satisfaction. Money in our world is a tool for achieving life goals and improving the quality of life, but it should not be considered an end in itself. If money is given a central place, one might miss true happiness and fulfillment. Financial success, although important, remains only a part of the overall picture of our existence. True wealth lies in the ability to find a balance between material well-being and spiritual development. Harmony allows not only for financial stability, but also for filling life with inner peace and happiness. By combining these aspects, you will find that life becomes richer and more meaningful. For true satisfaction comes not only from external abundance, but also from an internal sense of harmony.